Yo, what is up guys, Cocojobro here and welcome back to another DVD video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking all of the Houndmaster's add-ons from the best of the best to the don't even worry about it, don't even try it, it's not worth your time add-ons. Hey, if you guys don't know me, I have over 6,000 hours of the game. I play tons of Survivor and Killer, as well as I've just finished a 100 Dracula streak, so definitely want to give you guys the ins and outs on what add-ons you should be running if you're trying to get those wins. I put in a ton of hours in the PTB as well, and if you guys want to check out some of my other Houndmaster videos, check those out to give you guys some unique builds to improve your gameplay and play styles. But hey, without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing that I wanted to go over is the Iridescent add-ons. The Iridescent add-ons are really fun. We got the Iridescent wheel right here, and I'm going to put the wheel actually in A tier. I feel like the wheel is just such a fun and unique add-on that allows you to become a stealth killer. When you use this, you're able to get off the path, and wherever your dog goes, your dog will stay there for 20% longer, and you're able to sneak up on survivors. I've gotten so much value with this. It's really cool to add this to maybe a sneak attack build, an ambush build, if you will. It's just a really fun add-on to use. Moving on, we're going to be using the Torn Novel. So the Torn Novel, this one allows you to get some aura reading on survivors when you use your dog. And I think I'm also going to be putting this one into A tier as well. You get aura reading when you are in your redirect mode, and also too once you get out of that animation with the dog. So this is really cool to have that lingering aura to allow you to see where the survivors went. Maybe they're running right around a rock or a wall, and this just gives you a lot of tracking aura so that you can continue the chase and not waste any time. So this is a really fun one. The next one that I want to show to you guys is the belaying pins. So the belaying pins is a yellow add-on. This one is actually pretty fun to use, and I'm actually going to put this one into C tier. The reason why is what happens is when you make a survivor hound sense, they become oblivious to you for, I believe it's 20 seconds. So from there, what you can do is maybe you can sneak up on some people, and what you really are going to be doing is sending your dog to a gen. You're going to try to get there. It might take you about 6 or 7 seconds if you're going to a farther gen, and then you're trying to sneak up on the survivors. Most of the time, survivors will probably run away from the dog, but you can get some really good value if you're trying to bring this in with a sneaky build, if you will. Very fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. All right. The next one that we're going to be showing you guys is the Young Coconut. And what the Young Coconut does is it allows you to get an increase in chase speed by 5%. Now, personally for me, I don't think that 5% really makes a difference. Your chase speed is 32 meters per second. This will bring it up to about 33. If you feel like you feel a good difference with it, that's on you. I'm going to put this one into B tier. And the reason why is this is a very extreme example, but if I shot you with a pistol, right, that bullet travels very fast. And then if I shot you with a shotgun or a sniper rifle, that bullet's still going to travel fast, right? There's not really a huge difference. So that 5% for the coconut doesn't really make it warranted for me to want to use this over some other add-ons. So let's keep it going. The one that I want to definitely show off to you guys is the barley mill. Man, this one is a sleeper pick. I thought I was like, this one's not really good. It increases your distance for your chase by 20%, but this is actually really busted. I'm going to put this one into S tier. I will literally bring this every single game. Survivors who play against the Houndmaster a lot will get a read and know what is the distance before your dog stops running. I have gotten so many sneaky hits. I've learned how to curve my dog around certain loops. You're able to understand that. You will get so much value. I've played on certain maps where I've curved my dog around a loop, and then he jumped over. That extra 20% got him to jump over a vault, and then I was able to redirect and get a snipe from really far. This add-on is really a make it or break it situation. I'm actually going to show the next add-on that I would love to bring, and that one is the knotted rope. This one was so busted in the PTB. It was a 40% save the best for last. If you smacked a survivor with your weapon, you were able to recover super quick, and then you would just get back into chase. It was really good to run with save the best for last, so you had like a 72% wipe down effect when you hit someone, and then you also got rapid brutality, so you were just two tapping people like crazy. I'm still gonna bring this one into A tier. It's 10% value now versus the 40%. This is subject to change. They might even switch some of these add-ons up. I have a feeling they might switch this one up. If they buff it to like 20%, it's so good, man. That's free 2.5 stacks. They bring it to 20%. That's 5 stacks of save the best for last for free, just for you using your power. I would definitely use the barley mill and the knotted rope every single game if I could. If they bump this super high, I might even throw it into S tier. But that 40% during the PTB was disgusting. All right, the next one I want to bring in is the leather harness. So leather harness increases your dog's chase speed by 20% for 30 seconds whenever a generator is completed, and then when all the generators are completed, that effect lasts. This one's really cool. I'm actually going to put this one into, let's put it into A tier as well. I think that's a really good value to just make your dog supersonic and be able to shoot. And maybe some people are going to turn a corner and then you're able to dash and grab them with the dog. The only gripe I have about this is that you have to be losing the game in order to get value, whereas a lot of the other add-ons, you don't have to lose the game, meaning you don't have to lose your gens. You can just get some really good value with that too as well. So this one's really cool. Allows you to catch your survivors off guard. I really like it. Another one that brings people off guard is going to be the gunpowder tin. This is a purple add-on that when a survivor becomes Hound Sense, then you get a 30% upgrade to breaking pallets, breaking walls, kicking generators. Breaking pallets is your #1 thing that you're going to be doing with this killer. Everyone's just going to be throwing pallets because that's what hinders your power. But this is a really cool effect. If you can Hound Sense some people, I would put this one definitely in A tier. What you could do is you could send your dog to find some people in a gen, rush on there with the little scent path, and then go into chase. If you can get into chase, you can smack some pallets down and definitely get some great value. This one is actually really good to tie in with the Marlin Spike. So the Marlin Spike, I'm just going to put right next to it, because a lot of Houndmaster's perks or add-ons are going to be combo based. So you want to pair them with something else that's going to help you. So what this does is when you grab a survivor with your dog, 20 meters around you, any survivor, they become Hound Sense. So you can imagine having these people Hound Sense, and then for the next 30 seconds, you're able to use the gunpowder to kick gens, kick pallets, whatever. And that's a really cool thing. Also, too, the survivor who you grab also becomes Hound Sense too. So even if no one's around, you trigger the effect right away. So I think that's a really cool like combo pair to use. All right, moving on. The ship figurehead. This is a purple add-on that allows you to increase your terror radius when you have the dog following you, and then decrease your terror radius when the dog isn't around you. So this one's really fun and cute, but it's very situational. You have to be running like a sneaky build. So I'm gonna put this one into B tier. And the reason why is, yeah, you definitely need to build a entire build around this one add-on to actually get some value out of it. You could get some value on different maps as well, like indoor maps. Your terror radius is 32, so if you subtract 8, that's just 24, which is fine, but it's not really a big significance. You probably want to bring like what's that one perk? You want to bring Monitor and Abuse. That's the perk. So if you bring that one, it will reduce your terror radius to 16, which is really nice. And it's just nice to throw survivors off guard. So that's really cool. So situational, I don't know. It's not really my thing. All right, the next one I want to bring is a green add-on. This one's the Spike Collar. So the Spike Collar, this one, what it does is it makes survivors hemorrhage and mangled for 45 seconds when you grab them with the dog. This one's really cool. I'm going to say this one is situational though, because if you are chasing a survivor and you grab them with the dog and you injure them, that's when the timer starts, right? If you grab them again, that's totally fine. You start the timer again. But what if you don't grab them with the dog and you just down them, then you walk to a hook, then you hook them, then you run away? You know, that hemorrhage, that mangle effect isn't really going to last that long, because maybe the survivor that's going to unhook them might come 20 seconds later. So you really might not get a lot of value with the whole mangled and hemorrhage. Hemorrhage making their blood appear brighter to you, and then the mangle slowing down that healing. You can also try to interrupt the healing, but then that means you're pretty much super close to the hook and you're probably proxy camping. It is situational, but I just really don't think it's the perk for you. So anyways, moving on. All right, now we got the Creature's Bone. This one reduces the stun duration of the dog. This one's kind of cute. I think it's fun. I think it's cool, but I also think that if you are going to want to get better with this killer, you need to learn not to put your dog in situations where they're getting stunned. You either want to, blow your whistle, pretend like you're about to throw the dog, let them throw the pallet, and then let your dog vault over. Or if you can beat them to the pallet, then you can send your dog, and as they're throwing the pallet down, you'll either grab them before, or if you're lucky, you'll be able to injure the survivor. So I don't think you should be worrying about your dog being stunned. I think you should probably be worrying about using other add-ons that are going to give you more of a bonus because you're using those. So speaking of another bonus, the one that I really like is the Spyglass. This is a yellow add-on. Mainly what it does is you hound sense someone, and when the hound sense effect is over, then you can see the survivor's aura for 3 seconds. I find this one very situational, but I also think you can get some really great value. So I'm going to throw this in there, probably on the low A tier side. And this is the reason. A lot of times at the beginning of the game, you're going to be sending your dog to the farthest gen. You go to that gen, there's probably 2 people on that gen. You can only chase 1 person, but they're both getting hound sense. Or maybe throughout the match, 2 people on a gen, they both get hound sense. So what you can do is chase 1 survivor in about 25-30 seconds. You should be done with that chase, hopefully, and then you pick them up, take them to a hook. Hound sense lasts for 45 seconds, so by the time you're done, then you can see where did the other survivor go. Did they stick the gen? Are they running across the map to see to help another teammate that's on another gen, and now they're ratting out their friend, or they're maybe getting caught in a dead zone, and you know that, oh man, they're really close, I can go get them right now. I just find that just a really cool add-on just to rat people out. It also too helps with distortion. If you use barbecue and chili, you take a token, and then seconds later this procs and you take another token, so you're like chewing through those stacks. I think it's a really cool add-on. It's probably undervalued by a lot of people, but I like to run it with my barley meal as well if I don't have a secondary pick, but I'll probably run the knotted rope too as well. All right, the next one, the fatty meat. The fatty meat in this current state, as long as totem builds are in effect, this is bonkers, man. This one is really cool, but again, I'm gonna say this one is kind of situational because you have to be running it with a particular build. What it does is it allows you to, once someone is hound sense, they periodically scream for 15 seconds. So you pretty much will get 3 screams out of a survivor, right? 45 seconds of hound sense, 15 times 3 is 45. So this is really cool. If a survivor is trying to do a totem, you can send your dog to that totem, hound sense someone, and then while they're doing the 46-second totem, or if it's nerfed, 30-40 second, then they're gonna scream and reset that progress. This is really cool. You don't get to see where they are, but it is really cool to like rat them out. All right, the next one I want to do is the Smoke Snapper. This is a yellow add-on that allows you to reduce the power recovery time of your powers. I tried using this one. It didn't really feel like amazing. The 5%, it really didn't make a difference. I mean, I'll probably say it's situational because there are probably situations where you send your dog and then you down someone and you're still waiting for that power to recharge so that you can send your dog out again for a chase. I think, yeah, in those situations, maybe the situation is they're running straight and they're about to run right, around a rock or something, and that 5% did make a difference. So if you feel that's personally works for you, run it. But for me, I would rather be running some other add-ons in the A or S tier. Moving on, we've got the Sticky Pitch. What this does is it increases the bonus movement of the Houndmaster when she's on the path by 2. This one's pretty cool. Again, I would say it's situational for me because she's already running at 6 meters a sec. 6.0 meters per second, which is 150%. So you'd be running at 152%. So it's just a little difference. It's kind of like I was saying with the coconut. It's a 5% difference. So do you really need it? Not really. But if you want to run it just because you don't have anything else, yeah, you can definitely do it too as well. Okay, the next one we got is another brown add-on. It's called the Trainer's Book. This one increases the duration of Hound Sense by 35%. This one is cool. again, I'm going to put this one into B tier. It's very situational if you want to keep someone hound sense, like maybe you're trying to make them scream longer, or maybe you just want them to be hound sense so that you can put them in the deep wound for some whatever reason. You know, maybe you want to use the gunpowder or whatever you have your reasons for. It is what it is, but I don't think you really need it. But if you want to, again, like I said, use it. Again, I would be using A tier stuff. Okay, the next one we have is the training bell. This one, the aura of the survivors responsible for stunning your dog is revealed for 5 seconds. So this one's kind of cool. I'll put it into fun tier because when your dog grabs someone or when they get stunned anyways, that you already know where the pallet is because you see your aura of your dog. So then you know where the survivor is. And most of the time, if you're sending your dog to a pallet, you have line of sight of that pallet. So it's like, why do you need to see the aura, right? Is there any reason? Not really. But if you're running like Lethal Pursuer to extend that, then you can probably get an idea of where they're going next. So it's fun for me, but I don't think you really need it. All right, the next one we got here is the unfinished map. Causes survivors affected by hound sense to suffer the exhausted status for 15 seconds. This one, I'm honestly going to say, I'm going to put this one into low tier. Again, like I said, when you are hound sensing people, it's because you used your search ability, right? So you send it to a gen, you're running over. What are the main exhaustion perks in the game? So we got Dead Heart, right? We got Balanced Landing, Lithe, things like that. I could see Lithe probably coming to effect because if a survivor's scared, they're going to run to a vault. But if they have Dead Hard, most of the time they're going to be healthy. You go there, you hit them, you chase them some more, that 15 seconds is probably going to end. They're probably going to throw a pallet in your face and you're not really going to get value out of that. So I don't really see this as amazing. The only thing I could really see it working is if they were using Iron Will, because when they're exhausted, they can't use Iron Will. But you're not Dracula. You're not going to be like Spirit where you can't see the survivors. You should always have line of sight on the survivors, or the killer instinct should rat those survivors out. So I'm putting that there. The last one we have here is the water skin. So this one increases the distance of the redirect path by 20%. So there is a secret tech that no one has really talked about, and I'm going to probably share this a little later, but you can do a little secret with your redirect in order to get better accuracy with it. Now I'll explain it more. I'm going to make this a mystery, but while you're doing your redirect, you can do something where this distance doesn't really matter. Just learn the redirect distance. You don't really need an extra distance because what you're doing is you're sending your dog super far away, and then you're waiting for your power to come back because he has to come back to you, and then he regroups his power. So I'm putting this one in D tier. I don't think it really is a big benefit for you. I think it's not really worth it. I think you should just definitely use something over into the A tier category. So those are my picks for the different add-ons that she has. Again, the barley mill, that 20% distance makes a whole lot difference between you grabbing someone and not. I think it's really strong. I think the gunpowder is really strong, and the Eerie add-ons. It's so insane that her yellow add-ons are actually really good. The yellow and the purple ones are very good, and I think you should definitely run these. Like I said, I'm going to be putting out a killer guide later, as well as with some top 10 tips and tricks with some really sneaky techs that most people don't really know about. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more future content. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Wishing you the best of luck, and good luck out there in the fog. Take care, everybody.